3-year-olds. We're here with the 3-year-olds. We're going to talk about them. Admiral Dio, third again the other night. Raced good, closing in. I want to think that 2 weeks ago he was a little bit sick, and last week is a better offering for him. He looked very, very good the other night racing. Arson has had a tremendous career, has had a tremendous season again this year. His last start as a 3-year-old stake horse will be Tuesday in Corbin. He'll come back for the 4-year-old stakes in Kentucky next year. Where he races in between remains unknown. Casanova Hall raced good last night. I think can be way better than that. We'll see if he agrees next week. Drebin also, a little shoeing change coming up with him. He'll be back in Dayton next week. Also, George of the Jungle raced great his first 2 starts over here, a first and a second. Last week was not his best effort. We'll see if he can rebound this week in Northfield. Halley in the Clouds is soon going to be switched to broodmare status, I believe. I'm just concerned if we continue to mush forward with her, we risk injuring her before she's offered up as a broodmare. So, at the very least, she needs time to get over this. And we did everything we can do to get her knees proper and get her good. They just bothered her a little too much. I'm fancy like is racing tonight at Northfield, tomorrow at Northfield Park. I'm interested to see how she does. She's in tough. She got the 7-hole, but I want to see her entire work. I want to see how she works in that class. Insider Trading is also in tomorrow. I need better efforts from this filly. She is in the sale on December 18th, but she has let us down in 2024, and I just hope that she salvages some portion of the calendar year before we sell her in December. Irresistible Sun will be coming back in very soon to start his fall and winter racing schedule. I truly believe this horse will make it to the Open at Northfield and be a very good horse for us. Time will tell. La Dorienne has been racing good, continues to race good. Not my best effort as a driver the other night. She should have been third, and I turned it into a fourth. We'll see if we can get a better outing from her this coming week. Lover's Play will qualify on Wednesday. We'll race right through broodmare season, and we'll be breeding her. My first inclination is to go to Volstead. I would say second would be, it'll all depend on who you say she crosses well with in Allen. Well, because I don't know. It's information that I just don't possess.
Who are you talking about?
Lover's Play, so she's a tactical landing. So it'll either be Volstead, TCI, or King of the North. One of those three, I think.
What about La Dorienne as a broodmare?
I don't have a problem with that. Well, I don't know what her breeding looks like. You know better than I do.
Well, she's a Trixton mare.
Yeah, which all the Europeans are after, yeah.
Full sister to Giganda.
Oh, really? That's right, too. Oh, yeah. I don't have a problem doing it, but that'll be up to all our partners.
No, obviously.
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing it. Love and Affection raced great the other night. Really happy with this filly's output over the last little while. Marching fourth, his first subpar race for us the other day was well explained. He bled. I'm going to put him on Lasix, give him a week off, dry him up, clean him up, make sure he's 100% to race the following week, and I think then you're going to see a very good effort from Marching Fourth. Mel Gibbs Swan is starting to train back now. He'll be ready to go probably within the next 5 weeks, I would imagine. It's been a chore, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot all year long on a lot of these soft tissue issues and how you have to handle them. Obviously, they're all a little different, subjective to the horse and the breed and the way that the horses act themselves. But when it comes down to the healing process, depending on what it looks like and where it is, I get a pretty good idea of how we need to handle them moving forward. Memory and Imagination will be back in same time as Irresistible Sun. We'll get him fired back up for his fall and winter meet racing also. A lot of these horses are good horses. I know we have an open trotter somewhere in our barn for Northfield. Do we have some horses that can race in Dayton? That'll be a good supporting staff for Spitfire Overseas. Do we have some horses that maybe head to the East Coast with Megan? Check. All three of those. We have horses that can come back in and will be able to do all three of the things I just wondered. Mounds for All, another horse. He may not have the stature that those three aforementioned horses have, but make no mistake, he's a good 4-year-old, and we're going to have a 3-year-old, and we're going to have a lot of fun with him in his 4-year-old season. Pickpocket, he's already shown what he can do. You had a great race the other day at the Meadows. He's going to be heading back to Dayton to hopefully do some damage this week. Pull the Shoes is in full. The Tactical Approach, it is in the December 18th sale. Purple People Eater also is in that sale. Ready for Landing was great the other day. Man, he raced good. That horse has completely changed. And sometimes we forget, just because they've been racing at 2 and at 3, we think that now we know the horse. That is a totally different animal now. He is not the same horse he was before he went out to the field. In that short turnout, he come back, his head's lower, he's quieter, he's starting to understand his work more, and he never did before. Before he was just a bull in a china shop. Now he's looking around the china shop. He's not quite the same bull he was, but he's better. He's a better version of the horse he was. Really Don't Care is heading to the sale on the 18th also. Just, I'm not going to push on a horse that is not ready to do their work, and she just doesn't seem ready right now. So what are we doing? What are you going to beat your head against the wall to get her started? You know, she's a well-bred filly. She's going to where she should be, and that is December 18th in the sale. Tenacious Hanover is racing good. I think you're going to see this horse come forward more and more and more over the next little while. Tim and his staff have done a great job with this horse, and only better, the better job was with the one that's up next. As Time Is on My Side. You know, I've been licking my wounds and whining about it over the last week, but at the end of the day, I was so happy when I think it was Nick, but I'm not positive. You know, somebody says you want to whine about the Breeders' Crown, fine. Why don't you think about the 250 he made before that? And it's just racing. It is what it is, and it does hurt when you make mistakes sometimes, or you feel like you do. But I'll tell you one thing, very proud of the year that horse has had, and Tim and his staff have played a very major role in that taking place. Vehement, our most recent winner, he looked very good his last start. Very impressed with this horse. Now, there's a wide margin between where he is and where we'd like him to be, but a pretty good start, I would imagine. And Watch Your Mouth is on his way back over here. Over here for the first time. He's going to race in those condition claimer type races. He had cut his ankle open. He cut it pretty deep the other day. And they had to watch him for 5 days, stitch it up and watch him. But it's good now. That's John's horse. And he'll be over here next week. And that is it. That is it for your 3-year-olds. I'll be back with the 4-year-olds. Race horses, aged horses.